Hey everybody, it's Eddie here on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. Was good, was good, was good. So yeah, it's an early day today. Why? I've got to head down to the city. Got a lot of work to do. U.S. Treasury mandates enhanced surveillance of cash transactions over $200 in the border states between the United States and Mexico. And that's going to happen in Texas and California. Crackdown's coming. Now the question is, are they going to do the same thing with crypto? I don't see how. BlackRock's head of digital assets, Robert Mitchnick, challenges the perception of Bitcoin as a risky asset. Yeah, that one. That one right there. I'm sitting back and I just kind of go, yeah, why are people thinking about it as a risky asset? Look at the dollar. Look at every fiat around the world. And you can say, well, unless they're backed by something tangible, they're all risky assets. If you hold stock, risky asset. Options, risky asset. Own a business, risky asset. It's just a matter of how much risk it is, right? Everything's got risk. But in terms of true risk, yeah, I can agree with BlackRock's head of digital assets. I really can. I have no problem with that. And I'm not going to be mad over it. It's okay. It's definitely all right. And then you've got, Solana co-founder Anatoly Yakovenko apologizing for that ad that they ran, and then subsequently took down. How can I say this? Yeah, it already went out. It already went out. Solana showed its true colors, period. Right? The people behind Solana showed their true colors. That ad said it all. Okay? You had to pay people to do that ad. It was a conscious decision. So apologize as much as you want, but I'm looking at Solana as we see you. We see you. And it doesn't matter, about anything other than you were going after marginalized people. Remove the word marginalized. You were just going after people. Why? Marginalized, not marginalized. Why? You know what? I don't even care why. It was a conscious decision. We see you. Simple as that. So that apology? Yeah, nah. Not feeling it. Pi Network's community sentiment on CoinMarketCap out of the blue took a 90% drop. People are saying like that had to have been bots. On one hand, I can believe it. On the other hand, I can also believe that it wasn't bots. I can definitely see that. The reason for that is that Pi Network comes with a lot of, how do you say, suspicion. And, so I can definitely see how, just people got tired of them and hopped on and just said whatever. But I can also see a 90% drop. I can also see that. The problem that I have with it is that, how did you wind up in that position? How did you wind up in that position? That's what I would do research on. That's why I'm not touching that coin. I will not play with that project. I hear more about controversy with Pi Network than I do about what they do. If I don't know what you do, I'm not interested. It makes my stomach feel funny. I'm good off that. It's like when you go to the store and you smell something. And you put it back. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm not saying there is something wrong, but if you're in that kind of position, I mean, think about that. Think about if somebody created a bot to destroy your sentiment. Really? And truth be told, I would never tell somebody to pay attention to sentiment as a solo factor on buying or not buying a coin. Do your research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Do those three things. That's the GMB3. Do those three things. And when you do those three things, you'll realize that it's not one single point that will get you to buy or not buy a coin, to sell or not sell a coin. It's going to be a whole bunch of factors. So I get it, but why are you in that position? So Compass Point investment firm initiates coverage of Robinhood, and they initiate that coverage at a buy with a $61 target. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I can see that. Robinhood's been firing on all pistons as of late. I'm all about it. I am all about it. Then we have a malware alert from users on Reddit. Please don't be gullible. Stop clicking links. Okay? Stop clicking links. Stop scanning QR codes you don't trust. Just cut that out. That's one. Two, if there's an online website providing you services, please don't think that you're going to get a cracked copy and it's going to unlock a whole bunch of stuff. That's not how it works. And that's what this malware is doing. One is Amos and the other one is Luma. Don't do that. Okay? You shouldn't be looking for cracked software to begin with, because that's the kind of stuff that happens. I know a lot of people that play around with cracked software, and I know a lot of people that have gotten burned by it. You got to check it for viruses and all Trojans and all kinds of things. It's more dangerous now than it ever was. If there's a service that you like, save up for it and use it. Pay for it. Don't try to get around it or anything else like that. You'll wind up getting burned. A cracked copy of TradingView? Are you serious? Come on now. Go on, cut that out. Then you've got Chainalysis reporting financial connections between Mexican drug cartels and Chinese suppliers of fentanyl over the blockchain. I wish I could say I was surprised. Nobody's surprised. But Chainalysis is saying, not only are we not surprised, but we have proof. Here are the receipts. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. All right. Then you've got, let's see, Uniswap community approves a 165 point, I think it's $0.5 million investment in growing the ecosystem. That means promoting development, promoting projects, all that kind of stuff. Good morning, Overkill 007. Wait a minute. I don't recognize that name. Hold on. Welcome to the community. That looks like your first post. Welcome. Thank you for hopping on. So then you have Coinbase's Ethereum validators. They account for 11.42% of staked Ethereum across, let me look at my notes, across 120,000 validators managing 3.84 million staked Ethereum tokens. Wow. That's a 99.75 participation rate with no slashing incidents, underscoring the platform's staking security and efficiency. That's big. That right there is big. I like that. I like that. Now, that still says that there are other validators out there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are other validators out there, and that's what you need, right? Major financial institutions are coming for crypto, but probably not as you think of it. I told you before, if I'm going to be involved in crypto, or if financial institutions are going to be involved in crypto, or if anybody is going to be involved in crypto, it's got to be more than just investing in crypto. Like buying some coins and holding on and trading. That's nice. That's nice. But we're talking about projects. Actually using blockchain technology to enhance your business. That's what I'm talking about. That is the biggest thing out there. I want you to pay attention to that. The more companies that are out there talking about, oh yeah, we're going to integrate, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That's the big deal. That one right there is the big deal, right? I'm just looking for one other thing. There you go. Yeah. Ooh. You probably want to hear about this. You know, a while ago, I had said that at some point, you're going to have a platform that can do crypto and stocks. And I said that you could see banks getting into the space. You could see exchanges getting into it. Well, Kraken just made a huge move. Huge move. Kraken is about 2 seconds away from buying NinjaTrader. That's one of the most popular futures trading platforms in the United States. And they're about to buy them for $1.5 billion. Aiming to expand its user base and diversify into crypto futures and derivatives, with NinjaTrader expected to operate independently within Kraken's portfolio. I don't care what the hell you're thinking. Somebody at Kraken said, we're going to buy a trading platform. And right now they operate independently, facing the public. Back here, we're working on connecting the platforms, either adding crypto to them or integrating the two so it's a seamless transition between the two platforms. Imagine. I've been saying it for a while. Now, something else to pay attention to is going to be the idea of somebody coming out, a bank coming out and saying, we're going to buy Kraken. A bank with a poor platform, a poor self-directing platform, meaning, they don't have an E-Trade. They don't have a Thinkorswim. They don't have a Charles Schwab. They don't have any of that. Or the version that they have sucks. I can see them buying Kraken now. Now, you would think that, oh, well, Kraken's huge. They're going to buy that company for $1.5 billion. Banks have that kind of money. Banks have that kind of money, and I could see that happening like this. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you something. If it was me and I was at Citi, I would get Jane Fraser to buy Kraken. We can custody crypto now. And if we can custody crypto, why would we want to not do it ourselves? Let's go buy this company. And now we're in that game with everybody else. We can blow everybody else away because we'll have both. And then again, on the back end, integrate everything so it's seamless. I can buy stocks in the same drop down that I can buy crypto. Boom. Yeah, I'm not playing. I'm not kidding you. Kraken just rose up to the top of the list because I told you TradingView could be up for sale. NinjaTrader could be up for sale. There are a whole bunch of other ones out there that could be up for sale. But now I would let that finish, let them close, start talks during the process and be like, yeah, we're going to buy Kraken. Instead of cutting a custodial deal with Coinbase, because that's where everybody's going to run, right? And letting them corner the market, we're going to buy Kraken. And when we buy Kraken, we'll have Kraken and NinjaTrader. You want to know what's really cool about NinjaTrader? They have an API. They have an API to let you actually work with them via software. That's no joke. So the integration can already be there. Can already be there. They've got the hooks to make it happen. So yeah, expected to operate independently for a little while. Yes and no. Yes and no. So yeah, that's hot news. That's ridiculously hot news, and I'm here for it. I absolutely love it. What do we have else that's going on? Let's see. Let me switch over. I already got my notes out of the way. Today, it's Thursday. We don't really have much going on. We only have initial jobless claims, Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey, existing home sales, U.S. leading economic indicators. That's all we have. Decision was made. But nobody pays attention to some of these numbers. You take all of these numbers, and that's what the FOMC is looking at when they say we want to raise or lower rates. The next FOMC meeting, I'm saying I think they're going to lower the rate. I just don't think that it's going to be a 25 basis point move. I think it could be a 50 basis point move. There are going to be probably two rate hikes, two rate decreases this year. I told you that before. With two, you can lower it 1 point, 50, 50 a couple months later. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I think is going to happen. Because now, they couldn't do it now, right? This second. It's too soon. Too soon, even though the new regime is like, oh, no, it's too soon. There wasn't enough data to actually back that up. But I think in the coming months, in May, there could be enough data. May might get it could get a little hot, but I want you to think about this. We've already had first quarter earnings come out. We have all kinds of things that are pointing to a slowing economy. It's been a slowing economy for a minute. Even if you said, I'm gonna do a 25 basis point cut and then another 25 basis point cut, I'm pretty sure 50 is not the target. Just saying. Then you got the fear and greed index at 49. Not bad. DeFi Llama. Yes. I thought it was going to go back to 97, but it's at 98.7 billion dollars in total value locked. That we like. What else do we have going on? Bitcoin is at 85,839. So it's gone up a bit. It still has a really long way to go. That's the all-time high right here. It's got a long way to go. That means there's a tremendous amount of upside. Tremendous amount of upside. Before you get to that point, you can make 20%. You can make 20% on Bitcoin. Invest right now, and when Bitcoin hits that new high, before it hits the new high, you can make 20% on Bitcoin. Now, if you can make 20% off of Bitcoin, imagine how much money you can make off of alts. The altcoins are gonna fire up. Trust me. Then you've got a sea of green. A sea of green. And I'm all for it. Ethereum's up. Bitcoin's up. They're still at really good prices to buy. BCH is up. XRP is up. XRP is about a little more than $1.03 off its all-time high. Okay? But I'm looking at all of this. I'm kind of like, wow, that's a lot to look at. That's a lot to look at. So I normally what I do is I come over here and I look at the numbers, just straight numbers on CoinMarketCap. And I go, okay, that's interesting. I can see some stuff. I can see some stuff going on. And I go, okay, so now you've got Ethereum coming down, rising just a little bit for the year to date. Bitcoin rising up for the year to date. XRP rising up for its year to date. Let's see who else is doing well. Down here, Leo is still doing well. I still haven't done any research on it. Don't ask me. I look at the year to date. I look at all of these days. That's why they're here, because I want to get the rhythm of a coin. Because I want to be able to determine, am I going to get involved with it? And if I get involved with it, am I trading it or am I hodling it? Those are my choices. Am I trading it or am I hodling it? And it takes a lot for me to open up a slot for a coin. Takes a lot for me to open up a slot for a coin. Solana lost its slot, so I have a slot open. I don't know, maybe it should be Ondo. I'm still liking some of these projects that are out here. Mantra is another one. I'm going to dip more. I have a bag of that. I'm going to dip more into it. Sui's another one I like. I love Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu at this price makes me salivate. Dead serious. Because it can easily double my money. I told you, I've already quadrupled my money off of this. I can put more money in and double my money from this point. Whatever money I put in right now, I feel like I can at least double it. At least. Just saying. That's something to think about. For me. Like I said, for you and everybody else out there, your first investment is in you. And how do you do that? Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. That's the GMB3. You can apply that to stocks, cryptos, bonds, options, whatever you're investing in. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. And investing deliberately means I can walk away from a deal, I can buy in, and I can sell. Pay attention to what your choices are. All right? You know what? Let's go over to Crypto Tracker. I just want to take a look. That's all I want to do. Is just take a gander. It's taking too long, and I gotta get going. Oh well, we'll do it later on tonight. Something else that we're gonna talk about tonight. Remember, I told you guys that my accountant is no joke, and I love my accountant. Love my accountant, right? Told you guys that. And guess what? My accountant is currently working on accounting classes for small business that will be launched on Grow My Bag. And we'll have a private group, just like Big Baggers. She'll have a private group for people that want to learn about accounting and how that can help you. And yeah, she's into crypto. I know you guys thought I was sleeping on it. Mr. Big asked me about my accountant a long time ago, and I said, give me some time, give me some time. Well, I spoke with my accountant. She's all about it. She's all about it. Christy's working on a whole bunch of stuff. You know, she already has a book out. She has a book out on Amazon. I'll share it with you guys later on, you know, during tonight's show. But she's got a book out on Amazon for authors. Accounting for, you know, basically numbers for authors. That's no joke. The woman she's been my accountant for over 20 years. So obviously I've got a little bit of trust, and she doesn't just handle, you know, my personal taxes. She handles my taxes and my business taxes, all of it. Yeah, there's a certain amount of trust that I have in her. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do me a favor, smash the likes. Tell your friends about this platform. Why? Because we are doing things that nobody else is doing. Our community is no joke. We're all about teaching each other, sharing ideas, tips, tricks, and all that. Want to really get involved with the community? Become a member. Go to growmybag.tv/sign-up and become a member of Grow My Bag. Because that's what we're all about, helping each other grow each other's bags. Anyway, everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And as always, thank you for your trust. Have a great day. Bye-bye.